everybody. Good morning. It is July 9, 2025. Glad you're here. Welcome to Change the Shed. It is a hot day in Colorado, though we have had much cooler weather than many of you across the country, so I cannot complain. Also, hot here is 90, not 120 or however hot it is in Phoenix. Welcome, everybody. Happy you're here. Everybody is rolling in here to my little comment section. Corinne's here from the UK. Warm and sunny. It's good when it's sunny in the UK, right? Sybil's here from Switzerland. Mary Lou from Massachusetts. Marlena from dreary Idaho. I'm sure it's much hotter and sunnier in Texas, Marlena. Margaret's here from Glasgow in Scotland, working on Summer of Tapestry. There's no deadline, Margaret. She says it's lucky for me there's no deadline. No deadline. Summer of Tapestry is just for fun. Margareta's here from Sweden. Karen is here from Massachusetts. Sally from Wisconsin. Nan is here from New York. Nancy from Conifer, Colorado. That's Colorado, y'all. Betsy is here from Kansas City, and someone is here from Oklahoma. Maybe a dreamer. Hot there too. Oh, glad you're here. First time to catch Change the Shed live. Yes, I was laying in bed last night thinking, Change the Shed is in the middle of a weekday, and I know that is impossible for many of us. There are many things I would like to do in the middle of my weekday, and I'm self-employed and often not possible. So fortunately, there is a replay, and maybe occasionally y'all can catch it live, or occasionally I could do an evening Change the Shed, perhaps, maybe for Patreon. Leslie's here, also first time live, I think, from the UK, watching Wimbledon. That sounds fun, Leslie. Marla's here from Kansas. They got a new puppy. Good luck, Marla. Good luck. Puppies. Luna is her name. She's a holy terror and is loving my yarn and fiber stash. Yes, you'll soon learn to keep your yarn off the floor. Susan's here from Kansas. Maureen is here from Shetland. Wonderful, y'all. I'm sure more of you will roll in. I am happy you're here. And it is, like I said, July 9. I will be back in 2 weeks on July 23 with a recorded Change the Shed. I will be away from my studio in 2 weeks, so I'm going to record an episode for you, and it will go up on July 23. So that will be something different, but you will get to see further progress. And for those of you on Patreon, I'll probably have some updates from the road and let you know where I am, which you may be surprised by. And I'll have an update on this piece that's recorded on the 23rd. Those of you in Patreon, thank you so much. Patreon supports this program and keeps it free on YouTube. So if you'd like to support me there, that would be great. If you don't want to do Patreon, which is a subscription product, you can still leave me a donation if you want to, just for Change the Shed on my website. If you go to tapestryweaving.com and look under online learning for Change the Shed, there is still a donation button there. I appreciate all of you who throw a few dollars this way. It helps support my time, but also the tech. There's a fair amount of, those of you who run your own business know that technology is now expensive and it's all subscription and it all has to be paid every year. So I really appreciate your support for all of that. Patreon has been a lot of fun. Thank you to all of you who have joined me. I have some updates for you this week. Some will be Change the Shed bonuses, and some will be about my rock mini pieces that I'm still working on. Those of you who have joined at the second tier and know my struggles with the next body of work. Anyway, it's moving along and there's some fun things. So that's Patreon. Jessica's here from Illinois. Mary's here from Virginia, working on the Summer of Tapestry first prompt. And like we said, Mary, there's no deadline. So you're with Margaret on, I don't know what prompt Margaret's working on, but no deadline on Summer of Tapestry. Also, I tend to start Summer of Tapestry. This is a class that is live right now, for those of you who don't know. It's a lot of fun. And it starts at the very end of May every year. And that is personally very selfish, I realize, because summer really doesn't start in May. But I go hiking in August. So my goal is to keep Summer of Tapestry to be finished by the end of July. That doesn't mean you can't keep weaving, though, because I will still be around, and so will all your fellow weavers. So there's no deadline. No deadline. Skyly's here from the UK. Just started learning to weave. Welcome. Yay. Have fun with all the learning. There's so many weavers in the UK, too. So have fun with that. Linda is coming in from Pagosa. Good to see you here, Linda. Yes, Marlene, a couple of you have, Marlene is from Texas as well. A couple of you have commented on the floods in Texas, which are, again, certainly devastating and kind of, yeah, I don't even know what the adjectives are. It's, yeah, the flooding is frightening and hard, very hard. So those of you from Texas and anywhere prone to flooding, which there's been a lot of that in the last few years, hang on. So I have rambled on for 7 whole minutes here, and let's do some weaving. I don't have any more announcements. I will continue to do Change the Shed, and like I said, the next one in 2 weeks will be a recorded version, but that is going to be fun. And maybe I can cut out some of the rambling. You won't have to hear this, and you'll just get to see the weaving. So that should be good. Bronwyn triples your also working on Summer of Tapestry. Prompt 2, glad there's no deadline. Definitely no deadline. I will be working on some Summer of Tapestry pieces coming up, so I'll post those somewhere, probably on Instagram and maybe on Patreon. All right, everybody, let's see. Here's what we're doing. See if my technology will work out today. This is, let's see, I've got another light here. Let's see if I can. Always fussing with the light. This is just one of my things. It's never bright enough. I grew up in a household where it was never light enough, and so I learned to, to turn on more lights. Okay, Jessica, you're so generous. She says the rambling is interesting. Hopefully sometimes I do say something interesting. All right, y'all, this is what we're working on. This is the It's Fine tapestry here. For those of you who are new, I know some of you are new here. This is the cartoon. It is a dumpster fire, and yeah, I don't even know what to say about it. There are moments where I'm like, I'm going to put this aside, but I really want to use this loom for something else, so I need to just power through and finish it. And it's a lot of fun to weave. It's the, yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. I am having a lot of fun with this. It's woven from the side, so you'll see in the tapestry, let's see here, if I can, oops. Hang on. So here you'll see there's the boot right here, but it's woven sideways. So I'm weaving. Oh, I always forget you can't see my cursor in this program. From the right side of that cartoon is turned and it's on the bottom, and I'm weaving up. And so I will be working today on the area in the mountains and the clouds. And those of you on Patreon will get to see me do the boot. Yeah, so that's the cartoon. And okay, I am right now getting up here towards these little mountains. You can, it's a little confusing to see the cartoon behind the thing. This part of the mountain will be 16 EPI, I think. I'm going to decide for sure when I get there. But in the meantime, I'm working on filling in this area. These are a line of sort of burned trees, which are hard to see. I just think they're really hard to see on the camera for whatever reason. I thought I had a picture last week so that you could see this, but it might have been a picture I just put on Patreon. You don't have to pay for Patreon. You can join for free, and I put all the Change the Shed show notes and stuff there. So if you go to the show notes, I think the show notes from 2 weeks ago had a photo of this where it's lighter that you can see it a little better, and I will try to remember to put another one up this week. So I need to finish this top of this little cloud here. Oh, I'm gonna actually zoom this in. Don't get dizzy. Hopefully you'll be able to see that a little bit better if I adjust the camera. Oh. Okay, oh, you can even see that a little, the ground a little bit better too now. There's those trees are there. The burned trees are just lines, and then kind of mixes of browns. And then, so I want to finish this little cloud guy today and start filling in around. The mountains come up this way, so I have to figure out what color that is and how to fill it in. Oh, thanks, Sybil. The pink shoelaces on the, she's looking at this over here, the little pink shoelaces of the boot. Okay, let's just power ahead here with the goal of getting this piece done before the whole year is finished, right? We have other things to weave. I bet some of you get to that place too where, like, I really like using this loom, and I would, this piece is a lot of fun, but I would love for it to be done so I can work on something else. I think I was talking about a week or in one of the last episodes how the white, this is white faro, the bleached white, and it is a little thinner than the other yarns I'm using. So sometimes I have to add a little extra sequence, 2 picks. All right, so now as the cloud gets smaller, I have to decrease that, and eventually I'll have to drop this gray out. And oh, you can't see the bottom of that, but that's what I did at the beginning of this cloud as well. I'm gonna try to fill this sky in as I go a little bit. 1, 2, there's 4 wraps there, so let's do 3 of this sky. And then I'm gonna need, I'm just looking for the right color. Yeah, I don't know about the violet sky. It seems to fit the subject of the tapestry though, right? I, surprisingly, because I have woven a lot with blues and blue violets in my personal work, and the colors for this are just pulled from my stash. But surprisingly, I don't have sky blue colors. At least I couldn't find any when I was doing this. I thought maybe some of the colors from that Lifelines piece I did, which I still have some extra yarn of, would be perfect, and they are just not sky colors. Especially Colorado sky is just really blue. So that might be a project for the dye pots this fall. Should I do another piece where I need a sky color? I will dye one. Yeah, that, it's a hard color. Like the Array blue, the sapphire color in Array is not a good sky color. I can't think of whether Weaver's Bazaar really has a Colorado sky blue color either, so. All right. I'm working here at the top of this cloud on just 3 warps. And needs some 1 warp wraps, but it should work out all right. I think this might be the last moment here of the gray though, right there. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna put this to the back and I will stitch that in so it's stable when I get this off the loom, and then let's just weave the rest of this little guy. All right, and that's a cloud. Cute. Clouds are kind of cute. Let's any of you live in or near Chicago, the American Tapestry Biennial opens on August 1st in Chicago, downtown Chicago at the Visions Gallery, is that right? So check that out. That show will be up, I think, till the end of September, so definitely go see it if you're anywhere within striking distance. All right, that's looking good. I don't know why I was thinking about that. Probably because I managed to get into that show and I just shipped my piece this week. So that is why I'm thinking about it. Because it's always a little bit stressful to give a tapestry to the UPS lady. Hope. Tapestries do get lost in the mail. It's a big tapestry. I always feel better sending small tapestries for some reason. I don't know why, maybe because they take less time to weave, but. Oh, those of you on Patreon saw me weaving that piece. It's the Unconformity Series Clarity piece that got into the show. So if you want to see it in person, it'll be in Chicago if UPS gets it there. All right. Margarita, I think you're reading my mind. You just posted that at the exact moment I was going for the needle to stitch this slit, and I'll need to stitch this one in a second too. I do stitch as I go, and I think it really helps with the integrity of the piece, especially look at how long. I mean, this slit will be 10 inches long, and if I didn't stitch it as I went, if my weft tension isn't perfect, the layers of cloth will overlap each other. And this is a tapestry that I would like to be flat. And so stitching really helps that. I could have used, actually, this would have been a good opportunity. Now that I'm thinking about it, this particular slit would have been a great place to use an interlock. But I did not do that. So now we have to continue as we started. Yeah, Marlena, same thing. It's stressful too. I think Marlena's got into the Small Expression show, which is another wonderful show that's run by the Handweavers Guild of America. And that is a fantastic show. But yes, the stress of it's just a practice, right? It's like a spiritual practice, letting go and saying, well, it's just a thing. It's a tapestry, but it's just a thing, right? Okay, I'm gonna see if I can zoom in and then make the, hang on, I'm gonna see if I can make the thing stop shifting the focus. And then you can see how I stitch this. Maybe, yeah, looks like you might be able to see that. I should have stitched this a little bit earlier. I got a little carried away there. About every ½ inch is nice because you can push the weaving up. This is also how I count sequences, so it has a double purpose. I know that it looks like I have woven more sequences of the lavender color than the darker blue. See how I'm 2 ahead right there? So let's catch that up. Oh yeah, Mary says she's appreciating the value of the foot treadle. This is one of the biggest things I love about this loom. I used the loom for a long time before the treadle assembly came out, and I got the treadle assembly sometime last year. This is the first big piece I've really been using the treadle assembly on, and I love it. It's quiet, it's a manual treadle, there's no electricity. It works beautifully, but you have to have the loom on the stand for the treadle to work because it's just a pulley system. So actually I'm working on a video to show how that works. So at some point on the blog this fall, you'll see a video about how the treadles work on this loom. I love it. But of course I'm used to weaving big things on floor looms. And so those have treadles and it's just so much faster. If you're weaving small things, I don't think it matters as much. Like my summer tapestry stuff and, postcard size stuff, I don't mind picking the shed on those. Usually making decisions in small areas and stuff. And it just isn't as big a deal in my practice. But this with the treadle for a larger piece, this piece is 14 inches wide. I really love it. Oh, good. Nan also seconds that. She also got this same loom with the treadles and is really enjoying it. Okay, let's fill this in. And then actually we should have time today to look at how this interface, oh, you can't see that. The interface between hold on. Here, between the boot and so this is 16 EPI and this is 8 EPI. We'll look at that. Sometimes I think my glasses are. I think I complained about this on the last Change the Shed. I was gonna try my computer glasses on the loom. All right. So this sort of ground colors being hatched, and there's a lot of hatching going on in this section. These two are the same colors, weft colors, and the second one came in because I had it split, and then they came together, and for some reason, because I had two wefts here, the shedding still worked out to continue using two. So there it is. So these little trees are like a deep violet color. I like to use, instead of black, it's nice to use a color that has a hue to it. I mean, it looks black in the weaving, but it isn't. And depending on what's next to it, color theory wise, it might make a difference. So there's like a little puff of, I'm just gonna massage that. Oh, it might be. There's a pickiness that comes out sometimes, which often doesn't really serve me well, but I didn't like the relay on that. I probably never notice it again. All right here, let's see if you can see that. This is the doubled warp, but I am splitting it right now. And I'm, even with the 8 EPI, oops, I grabbed the wrong one. I'm splitting it, and the fluffiness of this 8 EPI yarn, the Kohler singles, will sort of cover that interface where there's a shedding problem between the 16 and the 8. I'm going to do that one more time where I'm splitting. Those two warps that would normally be woven together. This is wanting to do a little ridging there. All right, I knew I was going to reach a point where I needed, let's see, is this long enough? I need some new weft yarns here. It's a mix of these two. I'm wondering what the dye formula is on this yarn. Looks like this might be turquoise and yellow, but There must be a black toner in there because it's too dark. It's not saturated enough to have just turquoise and yellow. Splice. So those I'll just cut off when I get this off the loom because this is a nice grabby wool yarn and those ends will just hold. Now we have to decide. My computer wants me to do an update right now. We have to decide what we're going to do right here. Or I have to decide. I think I'm actually going to move over and split the next. Let me see. I feel like I did that wrong. Okay. These two warps would be part of, you know what? I'm just going to treat them as one. It's going to look really weird otherwise. Okay. Yeah, that's going to look fine. Let's put in another one of these little trees. You might have noticed on the last one that I just put it in between the sequences, and this one I will put in as its own sequence. This is thinner. I wanted the lines to be thinner, and so there's only 2 strands of this color instead of 3. So sometimes I put it between the sequences and sometimes I am not, and just to make up for the difference in thickness. I think I'm actually going to splice this and I'll have to remember I did that when the next one goes in because I'll need a new piece of yarn. Let's see, I am going to pick up this, one of the 2 warps here, and then see how that looks. Yeah, that'll work. So I'm just looking to make sure that however I do that interface between those 2 colors doesn't leave weird. Hold on, I feel like I'm doing this. Okay. I want the interface between these 2 colors to really be clear and not leave warp showing. So I think that will work well. Hold on, I'm just going to back out a little more. Here we go. gonna do that thing one more time here and split that warp. I don't have the line where these are hatching on the cartoon at all. And that is something that I sometimes will do if I have lines of hatching I want to move in a particular way, like I'm shifting the colors in a particular way. I think this is just going to run right into this is the gravel that goes around the dumpster. So I think that this coppery color will probably drop out in here somewhere. I just have to remember to do that. Okay, I'm getting a new piece of the tree color. Oh, I don't like it. See, there's a knot in my weft. I will take that out. That actually is fairly unusual, but occasionally. This is the Harrisville Kohler Singles. I managed to remember I needed a new piece of weft. When they're long, I can put them over it. You probably can't see that. I've got it stuck out the side so I could find it again. There's one advantage of weaving from the back is that you can always find your weft because it's in front of you. Thanks for saying that, Marla. That's very sweet. She says, these always refocus me to make me want to weave again. Well, as you all know, if you've taken my online classes, which many of you here have, I quote Tommy Scanlon all the time. She says, weave every darn day, which is just a way of saying practice is helpful. Actually, if you see Tommy in person, she uses a stronger word than darn. Just to bring home oh yeah, there's that autofocus. Okay. So that I'm pleased with how this interface here is happening, the 16 EPI and the 8 EPI, that fluffy yarn is covering the shedding problem there. Let's do 2 sequences here. Almost up to the top of this cloud. That's awesome, Marlena. Thank you. She's been teaching beginning tapestry to friends and I'm sure anyone who's willing. And now I'll have my book for future reference. That's very sweet. I'm glad. Hopefully the book is useful, but I suspect you will be useful, Marlena. as well. I think having a guide and a friend who weaves tapestry is a big help. Tapestry is a small pond, as Archie Brennan used to say. There's not that many tapestry weavers in the world, and so if you can find a friend who wants to hang out and weave with you, it's a real blessing. It doesn't have to be tapestry. Someone doing some other art. Oh, wow, that's really hot. Sorry, random comment. Someone doing, any kind of art form, if you can spend time together. You might have noticed here I stopped short there. I just was feeling like this was getting a little bit lower, and that may be a bit to do with the width of the warps, but anyway, talking about two things at once. Find a friend who likes to do crafty things, art things, and support each other. All right, another step here. Put this to the back. Didn't quite make it up to the mountain here, where I'm going to put in some more 16 EPI, but I suspect you will see that fairly soon on an upcoming Change the Shed. Here, let me turn that off too. Better. Thanks for coming, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed looking at this silly tapestry and doing a little bit of weaving, and I will have some updates on my upcoming adventures on Patreon, and undoubtedly also on my blog. So I do write a blog every week, and there's all kinds of shenanigans on there. So make sure to check that out, tapestryweaving.com. Thanks everybody for coming. I hope you're all well. Please be well, and making art is a good thing to do in the world, and make art with friends if you can. Now and then. It's really a solitary, pursuit for me a lot of the time, but it is fun to have friends support you. So y'all have been quite quiet today. Hopefully you're weaving away and enjoying whatever it is you're doing. Thanks for coming, and I will see you soon in all the places. Bye-bye, everybody.